This is Paul Mascetta with The Influential Mind, and in today's video I'm going to answer a question that a lot of people write into me asking, and it's such a simple question that I really feel the need to answer. And the question is, how do I get people to like me? Well, sit down and stay tuned, because in this video I'm going to share with you 3 simple steps to get people to like you. Okay, so step 1 is, if you want people to like you, you need to be genuinely interested and you have to be present when you speak to these people. So when you have a conversation with someone, realize that most of the time, people love to talk about themselves. They like to talk about their interests, they like to talk about their hobbies, they like to talk about their education, they like to talk about their strong points, things that they are good at and things that they enjoy. So the easiest way to get someone to like you is to get somebody into that state where they are talking about those things, because that's what they enjoy doing. So if they're in a state of mind doing something that they enjoy doing and they're doing it in your presence, what's going to happen is subconsciously they're going to have a memory that the last time that they were with you, they felt good. This person's going to think to themselves, for whatever reason, I feel good when I'm around this person. Now, one of the easiest ways to do that, if you're stumped or you just feel like, well, I don't know how to have that conversation with someone, is to use open-ended questions. So an open-ended question is something that does not require a yes or no answer. It's something that pretty much forces the person to open up a dialect with you and answer the question. So, you might say something like, how do you feel about the career that you're pursuing? Things like that. You don't want to ask them a close-ended question like, how long have you been in school? Or how long have you been dating this person? Because they could just give you a cut and dry answer and that's the end of the conversation. The next thing is, you want to basically create a link between you and that person by using what we call mirroring, matching, and using similar dialect. Now, mirroring and matching, for the most part, means that you are utilizing the same exact body movements as that person. So if you're sitting across from that person and that person's leaning in, you want to lean in. If that person has their hand on the table, you want to have your hand on the table. If that person has their elbow up like this with their hand like this, then you want to do that. And what you could do after a little bit of time has went by is then you can stop mirroring and matching them and see if they mirror and match you. And if they do, if they return the favor, so to speak, then you know that the link has been established and you've now created rapport with that person. Now, another thing that you can use besides mirroring and matching, like I said before, is using a similar type of dialect. And what that means is that if a person is using certain words in their conversation with you, you should use the exact same type of words. And here's the thing, most people do this organically without even realizing it. Right? If you think about this for a second, like, you speak to your mother and father differently than you speak to your girlfriend or boyfriend, or you speak to your kids different than you speak to your boyfriend or your girlfriend. You speak to your boss, hopefully, different than you speak to your friends. So it's important that you utilize this to your advantage and use the same type of words and dialect that that person's using when you speak to them, because again, that's instantly going to create that rapport that you need with that person to get them to like you. Now, the last one doesn't really have to do, and it doesn't have anything to do with specific persuasion techniques or influence techniques. It's just a simple mantra that I live by, which is not to burn bridges, which means not to sever relationships with people in such a terrible way that you create this reputation for yourself for being a mean-spirited person that people don't even want to give themselves the chance of getting to know. And I can't tell you how many times I've seen this in life where people burn bridges simply because they want to be right. In the game of influence and persuasion and effective communication, there's going to be a time where you have to ask yourself, do you want to be influential or do you want to be right? And if you want to be right, if that's your main goal is to always be right and always win the argument, and in the process of that you have to burn bridges, then go ahead. But that's not going to make you influential, and that's not going to make people like you. If you want people to like you, you have to always be cognizant of the fact that every relationship that you have, there's probably this element of 6 degrees of separation, where at some point you're going to meet somebody that knows somebody that you used to know. And you have to make it your business to always leave a good, lasting first impression, or just a lasting impression in general, a good impression on those people, so that anytime someone bumps into someone that may have known you in the past, they only have good things to say about you. So again, just to recap, the first thing is be interested, be present. The second thing is mirror match and use the same type of dialect when you speak to that person that they use. Number 3, don't burn bridges. Want to know my simple 5-step process for influencing others? Click that link right there and download the Influence Blueprint absolutely free. Now, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, leave a comment, and make sure you subscribe.